Good evening all and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. It's alcohol free night once again, and like last week we are doing a can versus bottle exercise. The beers in question are from Southwold in Suffolk. It's these two. It is Adnams Ghost Ship, and Ghost Ship was arguably the first alcohol free beer for me that kind of made it feel like the alcohol free journey was going to be worth it. It tasted good, it was readily available, not just in the supermarket but in some pubs as well. And yeah, you feel like you're not missing out. And they say on the bottle that it was inspired by tall tales of ghostly ships that haunted the shores of our coast, whispers of aromatic elderflower, bold citrus, and gooseberry flavours, with hints of warming rice spice, is what it says on the side of the bottle. They are, for all intents and purposes, the same beer. Let me just check the ingredients list just to make sure. The can actually goes into a bit more detail. I should have read that. Anyway, ingredients: water, malted barley, malted rye, hops, and yeast. Ingredients here. Yeah, water, malted barley, malted rye, hops, yeast, exactly the same. Yeah, they look the same. But anyway, yeah, it goes on to a little more detail on the side of the can about the name. Yeah, haunted the shores of the Walberswick in Suffolk's foggy past. The seeds of these stories were likely sown by smugglers to drive people away. So yeah, so that is that. That's the story of the name. So like last night, we're going to do both in the same style glass to keep it as fair as possible. And yeah, we're going to go with the 5 pillars of judgment: the looks, the aroma, the body taste, and the finish. And a point goes to the winner of each sector. Most points at the end wins a few internet points for good measure. So we're going to do the bottle first of all, and we're going to pour that into the same glass as last week as well. The Tiny Rebel schooner, a suitable style glass for a ghostly ship-based beer. Pour is as such: golden, pale. See if we can get a nice head on that. There we go. Looks lovely, as always. Nice deep golden colour, good bit of carbonation coming up from the nucleation points, and a nice, relatively tight white head. So that's the bottle before I spill it. The can's going into the vocation glass. And the pour is golden. Never been a fan of pouring out of a can, I'll be honest. There we go. So that's your can glass. Oh dear. Sorry about that. A few too many bubbles on the side of that one. Golden, clear, similar white head. Let's have a look up close and personal. Yeah, they're exactly the same colour-wise. Head is a little tighter from the bottle, I'd say. Just a little, but otherwise there's nothing in it, let's be honest. So the first point on the scoreboard of joy, which I forgot to get and show you first. There we go. Prove it's no fix. First point is going to the bottle, just because there is a slightly tighter head. Anyway, on to the aromas. Citrus and gooseberry is what they say. It is citrusy. There's no getting away from that. And I can see what they're saying with the gooseberry. It's not a fruit I'm overly familiar with, but it's nice and citrusy, light, fresh. The elderflower maybe is a little floral. There's always been a floral edge to Ghost Ship, but it's so light. But yeah, it's all citrus and slightly tropical leaning. Yeah, it's lovely. And the can, it is different. It is. It's metallic. I had this last week with a proper job. There was a subtle metallic edge. Yeah, the bottle's just cleaner, less metallic. It is immediately obvious. Whereas on last week's test, it was a little harder to spot. But the bottle is miles ahead of the can in terms of the aroma. You've got all the citrus in the bottle. In the canned version, metallic hits first, and it's quite obvious and in your face, and it really kind of hides everything else. That one is by far and away a point for the bottle. Anyway, body test. We're going to go with the bottle, as always. Light to medium, good carbonation. It's fairly well carbonated, and it's an overall nice, light, summery, fresh mouthfeel. Can version. Much the same. Much the same in terms of the body. There's very little in it. Bottled one. Canned one. It's subtle. There is a subtle difference. Bottled one seems better carbonated. Canned one feels a little flatter by comparison. So yeah, just because the bottled one's got a slightly nicer carbonation level, we're going to give the point to the bottle. The most important bit, ladies and gents, as always, is the flavour. That's why we drink it. We don't drink it because it looks good, or some people might drink it because it has a nice mouthfeel, but we all drink it for the flavour. Bottle first. It's hoppy, it's citrusy, it's light, it's refreshing, subtle bitterness. It's a joy to drink always. Whereas the can version, whilst it's more metallic on the nose, it has a slightly metallic flavour. There is a little more bitterness at the trade-off of some of the citrus flavour. Now, I don't know how the beer has reacted with the internals of the can versus the bottle, but it has taken on that slightly metallic edge. The bottle's definitely got more of that citrus, more of the malt as well, I'd say, and it's slightly sweeter. The canned one, like I say, yeah, just a little metallic, slightly more bitter, and lacking the citrus punch that the bottle one has. And that one is going to be, again, pretty straightforward for me to determine which one wins. And it's the bottle again, because the citrus flavour is more prominent. It's got none of that metallic edge to it. It's just all round the better medium. And the final bit is the finish. I like them hoppy and long and relatively smooth on a pale. I like the bitterness, I do. But yeah, hoppy and long is the most important thing. Canned one is light. It's refreshing. There is a hint of bitterness, as I mentioned, in the flavour difference. But the juiciness that you get in the bottled version just isn't there in the can. And the canned one, the bottled one, yeah, immediately the juicy citrus is much more prominent. The longevity is there as well with the bottle. The canned one, because it's so light on the back end, it just dissipates very, very quickly, and you're left with next to nothing, which is a shame. So the point is going to go to the bottled version, which means we have a clean sweep, a series win for the bottle, unlike the Lions recently. 2-1 for them. This is 5-0 for Ghost Ship bottled version. So yeah, the point of this test is just to see which is the preferred medium for me. To settle that old debate, which is better, bottle or can. We all know draft is superior to everything, but bottle or can is what you can get from the supermarket and take away. The can version doesn't, to me, really taste quite like Ghost Ship. It's Ghost Ship in name and in artwork and all that good business. You know, it's quite clearly Ghost Ship. But the can really does take away from the flavour in quite a big way. It adds a metallic note. It takes away the juiciness. Now, it could be the batch. Could easily be the batch. But on the presentation that we've got here today, you know, it's meant to be the same beer throughout. And it's quite clearly better in the bottle. The bottle just, I don't know, glass seems more neutral as a storage container. It delivers the beer as you expect it to taste. And that's the important thing to me at the end of the day. So far, like I say, the bottle far and away in this case is much better. With the proper job from last week, it was a much closer affair. But today, by far and away, Ghost Ship is infinitely better in the bottle. So yeah, make of that what you will. It's 2-0 to the bottle so far. I'm going to try and find some more beers where you have the same in a can and a bottle. I don't think there's going to be many. I know of one other. I already have the can for it. I just need to hunt down the bottles, but that will be next week. So for now, I recommend, ladies and gents, boys and girls, you get your Ghost Ship in a bottle and not the can. We'll leave it there and say, these have been the beers. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I'll see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.